send you a YouTube link, can you test it for me?
User entered your channel. User left your channel. Channel switched.
Welcome. A live stream?
Oh, shit. I meant to send that to Sam, sorry.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
I was trying to see if I could get it to work.
I mean, if he's free, he can always sit in and comment when his throat is not hurting.
Can you at least hear us?
Hello?
It's soft, I can hear.
Just type it, because I can't hear what you're saying.
User joined your channel.
Welcome.
Testing. Ooh.
There you go.
Can hear you. Welcome. Hello. Hi. I think that's everybody now. Let me put my salad aside. I'll finish this later. Coming back to tussle with you at a different occasion.
Can you pop on quickly to tell me if it's working now?
So, welcome and hello to you, my dear friends. Is everyone here and ready to play?
Yeah.
You.
Scrambling to log in.
Okay. While you log in, that gives us a few minutes to go over what happened last game. Now, anyone who has taken notes or anyone who is feeling adventurous, if you could, please, not everyone at once, but someone, briefly describe what happened last game.
Okay, I have notes. Rat skeleton fight. Mbaje casts walk on water to keep the team from fighting the currents as the team moves up and starts golf swinging the Rat King swarm. Mbaje runs forward and hears the sound of fighting and shifts to a wolf, scaring two rats away. Alina runs into the room and secures Osal, who is immediately worried that a paladin of the Raven Queen is coming to help. Alina and Vanya convince a skeleton to bring Osal home. The team moves forward and runs across skeletons harvesting compost and mold. Mbanja and Vanya harvest the black fungus they determine is poison, disease, or fertilizer on its own, possibly penicillin if treated right. Dog vomit slime fight. Heidi, Heldy, and Alina make quick work of it. The voice in Incognitus's head finally figures out they're a small adult rather than a child and stops talking to her. It seems like Cartwright was killed by the creature that came in, and the skeletons are having a turf war with the slime molds. Thus ends my notes.
That's a pretty good briefing. Does anyone have anything specific they'd like to add? Any notes we may have missed? Any introspection or other notes?
Rescued a kid. Somehow got bequeathed a skeleton army.
That's the long and short of it. Anyone else?
Wizard's dead.
Wizard is so dead.
Sad skellies are sad.
Sad
They were
skellies
trying to-
are sad.
They were trying their best.
They really need a new sense of purpose.
All right, so let me adjust the music just a little bit.
It's really soft on my end.
All right, how's that?
That's cool.
I'm just going to turn it down slightly on my end, and it may be prone to fluctuating depending on where this playlist goes. Okay, so having seen and witnessed the end of the good Wizard of the Wastes, Mr. Cartwright, you find yourselves in a sort of sorting area of the refuse pit. A massive hulking skeleton goes about sorting bone from flesh from other bits, creating different piles in different sections of the area that you now find yourself seated in. Occasionally, this figure stands up and meanders over to a different corner of the pit and takes out some aggression on what appear to be slimes. The slimes are few and far between and only seem to assert themselves whenever the creature turns its back for long enough to put them into a sense of complacency. Mbanje, you had discovered a set of what appear to be ankle marks dug in the muck and mud ahead of you, leading northeast deeper into the pit. I'm just going to go round robin style as we get back into the flow of things. Vanya, you find yourself near Heldy, around the skeletons that have been attempting to resuscitate Cartwright. They appear to be defeated, kneeling or sitting stationary, as though waiting or as though simply biding their time. What are you up to?
Well, I was double checking Cartwright's body. I know that Alina had the brooch or the amulet he was wearing, but I thought there was mention of a ring or something. Or
he does appear to have simple rings on his fingers. A ring around one of his thumbs, a ring around one of his ring fingers. They do appear slightly tarnished, weathered by the elements around them. You do see one of the rings appears silvery, with a faceted topaz-looking, almost golden-colored stone in it. Are you investigating?
I'm just checking something.
Or are you just trying to get a general check of what's on his person?
I'm mostly investigating to see if he was wearing any other unique items that we might have missed.
Sure, you can roll an investigation check if you'd like.
So I would have an idea of what I'm looking for.
You have a little bit of experience when it comes to magical things.
But he's covered in muck, and
He's very muddy and very mucky and very bloated. You go and start to nudge and push things around, and
I stand up and back away. Nothing to see here.
empty, toothy, exposed tooth lips kind of part a little bit as some still liquid, flabby interior of his gullet lets out gas from inside.
I prestidigitate better smells.
Good call.
Bunch
Good
of
call.
flower spells.
So as you draw back from this, Heldy, what are you up to?
All right, I watched Vanya disturb the body and kind of frown at that because Hildy had the idea of inspecting the body to figure out what exactly the cause of death is.
Post-mortem. Okay, you want to perform an autopsy. Just a quick and dirty one. Yeah, you can roll a medicine check.
Can
Or
I
an
assist by
investigation check.
prestidigitating all the foul-smelling air away so Hildy can concentrate?
You can do that. You can grant assistance. Yes. So right off the bat, I'd say a medicine check or an investigation check. If you have a different kind of check you would like to roll, spin it, and I'll see if it's kosher.
Alina's dealt with corpses before. Can she also help?
Absolutely. If you would like to lend your aid, it's going to lower the DC.
Awesome. Yeah, Alina is not afraid of corpses and has dealt with them plenty of times.
By help, do you get like right up in his grill and start like?
No, I mostly let Heldy do her thing, but I'm gonna point out if I see something in anything that I've seen before or help.
Okay. So
I know how to move a dead body because they're giant sacks of meat that are heavier than people anticipate, things like that.
Yeah, Hildy's just not touching the body directly. She's using her dagger to kind of like move parts around.
Okay.
I'm
As
just
she
waving my
inspects.
hands at both of them, making sure they can breathe properly.
Okay. So with advantage and with the aid of what is it? An experienced mortician, essentially. Heldy, you can roll your investigation check with advantage.
Yeah, I was going to pick investigation because medicine's not really her forte. It's a nat 20. Bringing
It
it to a
begins.
23.
Sweet. This group.
Okay.
Because the first one was a 10. I'm like, well,
Okay.
anything better than that.
So, you begin to investigate the body. You meander around it and you kind of nudge the skeletons out of the way, and they abide by the instructions. They are thoroughly defeated and just don't want to deal. You look at Cartwright, and looking him over, you see that the way that he is slumped, it does not look natural. It doesn't look like a collapse. Your attention is drawn to the wall beside him, where there is a eroded by runoff water and general decay, but still very much present. There is a vaguely human-shaped depression in this wall. And as you look down at Cartwright, you realize that he got thrown against it with some modicum of force. As you look down and look him over, your attention is drawn to the dark blue, shimmering kind of cloak that he's wearing. It's slightly undone, and you see that despite the refuse and the mess, it is in pristine condition. It is clean. It is unsullied. But there does appear to be a number of fine pinpricks in a patch near his chest, as though something had torn into the cloth or something had pierced the cloth just ever so slightly. Many somethings. Your attention is then drawn toward the corpse itself, and it's bloated and discolored. But as you look carefully, just below the man's wizened ancient beard, you see not just discoloration of the skin, but you see black splotches, not purple and not brown, but inky black beneath the skin. You follow this shape, this color, and you find that it is spread out like veins toward his face, and deeper underneath his collar. Most of it is concealed by the cloak and by his beard, but because you are, with the aid of your allies, thoroughly investigating, you do see what appears to be signs of foul play and some strangeness of his complexion as a result.
All right. Hildy will out loud make note of her findings and look at Vanya. Use magic, right? Yeah. You know what the fuck does that? As I point to the blackened veins under the bloated skin.
Can I lean over and kind of look over it, look at Alina and back to it, and see if it looks reminiscent to any poisons I'm familiar with?
You can roll. You can roll a medicine check, or what skill would you like to use?
Nature.
Nature. Okay. So you were looking for maybe a natural existing poison or some kind of.
Yeah, I've worked with a lot of herbs and
Sure.
different poisons, so I'm drawing on that knowledge to see if I recognize the symptoms.
All right. As you go and you look at it, are you giving it just a quick once over, or are you getting your tools out?
I only have an herbalism kit, so I mean those probably have like forceps and tweezers. So.
Oh yeah. So you begin to get your tools out, and I'm going to say you can roll this nature check at advantage because of your nature, because of your training, and because of the tools that you're bringing to the party.
Okay.
It's going to take you a few minutes to do so. So I'll come back to you in just a moment. While this is happening, Incognitus, you are in the middle of. Well, this has been a really fun first adventure with this city. Hopefully there's going to be some clout in this. What are you doing? What's going on in your head?
I'm mostly keeping an eye out and making sure I stay out of the large skeletons' path to the slimes.
Okay, you do manage to stay out of that beastly man's way. And as you, let's see, as you keep to yourself and you watch and you wait, that pinprick of a sensation starts to rattle up from the back of your mind again. And you hear the voice responding. This time its tone has changed. Never mind. You get no sweets. The sweets are all mine. She is mine. Go away.
Once again, I sigh and relay the message to the party that's around me.
As you process this, roll me a quick insight check.
Who?
Incognitus.
Ooh.
That is a 30-20 insight.
Okay, so you have more or less, from the get-go, kind of understood what was happening here, why you were targeted, and you're not certain if it can hear you when you respond, but you do get the impression that this thing is realized it may have fucked up. You sense that although its tone is bitter and its voice is cruel, in the way that it tells you to go away, it almost feels like it might be scared.
So basically, it's talking a big game and hoping I fall for it.
With your insight of 20, that is the take that you get from this.
Then once I relay the message to the rest of the party, I will tack on that insight.
So you share this with the group. Banjay, you have been able to hear most of the conversation that's been happening around you as you study these heel marks in the ground. With your, let's see, what's your passive perception?
13.
13. With your passive perception, you do notice in the distance layer. You do notice a very large rat in the distance. It sniffs the air and glances about, pecking at small scraps of what looks to be a small animal carcass, just peeling away some of the flesh, chewing and keeping its eyes up and alert as it looks around. Its movements are quick and pensive.
All right, and Banje is gonna lean back towards the others. How long is this gonna take? We kind of have more visitors of the not skeleton bony kind. You remember the kind that we had before when we walked in? Except it's like less of them. I mean, it's the same amount probably, but they're not all crossed together. What I'm saying is, it's like one rat and not like a lot of rats stuck together. The point is, hurry up, maybe, or not. I don't want to rush it.
Vanya's focused on her autopsy.
Vanya, go ahead and roll your nature check with advantage.
23.
Okay. So you compare some of your notes with your herbalism kit, and you don't take samples, but you do use the kit to review and poke and prod a little bit and refresh your memory, more or less. And as you get into the motions, you get into the muscle memory, you start recalling, certain fungus and certain leaves and certain herbs will interact with the body in special ways. They'll make blood turn into gelatin or turn it into water, more or less. Coagulants, anticoagulants, all that kind of shit. This particular wiry vein-like spread of this inky, black, oily, and almost faintly iridescent material, it is not natural. You know this for absolutely certain, that this is not a natural component that you can find in the wild. It is not a venom. It is not a poison that is derived from creatures or plants. It looks like something possibly man-made or magical or synthesized in some way. The color, just how dark it is, the way that it refracts light and the way that it spreads is it's interesting,
Oh dear.
but it's also certainly unnatural.
I thought perhaps it might have been a poison or a venom of some kind, but it doesn't. It's not like anything I am familiar with. He seems like he's been poisoned, but it is not any poison I know of in nature.
Alright. Magic voodoo bullshit it is.
It does seem
That is
like
indeed as good a name as for it as any. And I look to Alina.
the Gilneans agree, and yeah, I think it's probably some sort of magic bullshit. We should keep moving.
All right, so as you guys begin to move,
I'll look at the skeletons as we rise. They look so sad.
I'd be sad too if I was set to toil endlessly in a mine without anybody here to tell you to stop. Because the guy who's telling me to stop just died?
Right. And I look down at the brooch in my hand. You all can take a break?
As you attempt to issue your command, how are you approaching this? Is this a persuasion? Is this intimidation?
It's persuasion, because Alina
Persuasion.
already feels pretty guilty about bossing around
Alright.
a bunch of people.
Okay? You can roll your persuasion. Roll a persuasion check.
Her heart's not in it.
It does not seem as though her heart is in it, and the skeletons are they're unmoved. They continue to kneel around their fallen master and pay you no mind.
Maybe we should just let them mourn.
Hildy just shrugs and starts moving on ahead.
I look at the amulet and then at the skeleton speculatively. Then I'll follow after the others.
Actually, hold up for a moment.
Holding up.
To Vanya. And I will offer her the amulet. I
Oh.
have a limited knowledge about this magical shit. I swing a sword and divine energy comes from it. That's as far as I get. And I trust you to know what to do with this and how to use it responsibly.
Oh, all right. I'll slowly take it from her and look over the amulet and look at the skeletons.
Okay. As you take the amulet in your hands, the first thing that you notice is that it is almost the size of a gnome's hand. It's about half the size of a human hand. It is made of a polished, silvery, almost chrome-like metal, and it is just this intact, like skeleton hand. It looks almost as if it had been cast, like a cast skeleton. Upon the index finger of this hand is a ring, upon which sits a platinum sculpture of a tiny skull, covered in small, transparent, almost diamond-like jewels. Faceted into its eyes are a set of deep purple stones, crystals that have a very faint glow to them. As you take it into your hands, you feel immediately how cold it is to the touch. Not enough to harm you, but certainly chilly, as though you had taken it out of an icebox. As soon as you have it in your possession, you feel this sense of where you had felt empathy toward the dead and the sadness of these skeletons. You feel almost a sense of kinship. What apprehension you had before is softened with this in your possession.
Interesting. And the brooch itself, you said it was kind of shaped like a hand with a definable ring on one of the fingers?
Mm-hmm. The ring itself is melded. It is welded to it. It's part of the sculpture.
It's like part of the sculpture.
Yeah, it's a sculpted hand with a sculpted ring with a sculpted skull and a sculpted ring on the sculpted hand.
Interesting. Okay.
And it looks as though it would fit pinned to a cloak. It is a brooch.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that and kind of pin it to my cloak. Mostly to not lose it, but also so I can experiment with it.
Okay. Give me a quick... Yeah, fuck it. Give me a quick Arcana check.
Arcana. Let me check something real quick. I was just looking at something. Okay. I want to try something here. So I got the 11 Arcana. I don't know if this would check, but I have an ability called Magical Guidance.
Okay.
Let me post it. Basically, I can use a sorcery point on any ability check to re-roll.
Is one sorcery point?
One sorcery point. And I have to use the result.
All right, yeah. You can go ahead and spend a sorcery point and reroll.
I feel like I can get better than a 6 on the die. There we go.
Okay. So, as you look the item over, you don't get much out of it. But with a second or two of focus, you tap into your inner wellspring of magical power. The blood that makes you what you are, that gives you the gifts that you have. And for a moment, that pulse of energy, that impulse of connection to the Aether, you feel a momentary connection with this brooch. You don't have the time right now to identify the magic or to properly invest yourself, not without spending a long rest, not without spending a short rest or without experimenting, but you do identify that there is a latent magic inside of this item. And
okay, so it feels like there might be an attunement that's necessary.
It feels as though you might need to attune to it, yes.
Got it.
In given time, you may be able to identify the item to learn its secrets.
Okay, I will turn and walk along with the others and look over at Alina. Thank you. There is definite magic in this, but I believe it might take some time to awaken it.
Does that make sense? I only ask for one favor in return.
Do not use the dead to do anything shameful.
Okay, I ask for 2 favors in return.
Vanya smiles a little bit.
The puppies that were in the junkyard were very cute. I'm going to try and get, like, a little one.
Oh, I will certainly help, but I feel obliged to tell you that dogs do not really care for me.
Good to know.
Cats and I get along just fine, but dogs always... I shiver a little bit.
My best friend is a cat, and I feel like it is weird to have a pet cat.
That is fair.
Anyway, I think Mbonje said that he found a giant rat.
So you guys gather up around Mbonje?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Feel free to place your icons where you desire to put your icons. Banjay, as you watch, you do see that this rat has moved around a little bit. Not terribly much, just a few circles here and there. It moves to a wall, leaves the wall, scurries out of sight, scurries back into sight. As you watch, you do see a second one appear from around a corner.
Oh, they are living rats.
They're living rats. You see several living giant rats. Currently, they appear to be quarreling over some kind of carrion.
That is infinitely less terrifying.
I don't have control over my icon.
Oh, hold on. Did that work?
No, sir.
One sec. Give me 1 sec.
Just have him drag out a new copy from his thing.
That should have put it into your thing.
We're gonna use that one then, because I don't have control over the human face.
Can't you switch it? Can't you?
Stop moving, please. Hold on 1 sec.
We will solve this mystery.
There's a thing that you can right-click it and flip between icons too, can't you?
All right, Tom, you should be able to touch that now. That is in your name.
I cannot touch it.
Try
Are
restarting.
you on the right layer?
What?
Are you on the right layer?
Only DMs can be on the wrong layer.
Oh, really? All right, because right now I have it set to controlled by Lazenka M, and that should be that.
I'm touching nothing.
All right, hold on.
Try
Try-
refreshing the page.
Yeah, try restarting because maybe it froze.
Still nothing.
That's weird.
Give me a sec. All right, now you should be able to move it. I just dragged your character sheet over, so that's your token.
Okay, yeah. I'm good now.
All right, I'll fix that later. Sorry, I thought I had that fixed, and that should have been through the settings set to you, but I'm not sure why it isn't. We'll turn the fan on. Hold on, guys. Getting toasty. Okay, where were we? You guys
Rats
look
fighting
up the
over
way.
Carrion.
Yeah, you see a couple of rats up there.
And Baje's gonna get on all fours and slowly crawl over.
Oh, I don't know if you want to get down in that muck.
Okay, you get low to the ground, you get on their level. You see these things are the size of small dogs. They are giant rats. They're big.
What weapons do I have? A quarterstaff, an axe. I'm gonna pull out my axe just in case.
I've heard they can be quite intelligent pets.
Yeah. I kind of like the look of those big junkyard dogs. They look like they're fun.
And, as you get close, you are immediately noticed by the creatures. One of them lets out a shrill cry and rears up, baring its pointy bucket teeth in your direction. The other one... Yeah?
And Baje stands up and does the same thing.
Okay, it's going to charge
Trying
it.
to assert
Roll for
dominance.
initiative.
How dare you intrude upon our territory? Are we all rolling for initiative or just him?
I guess just him for now. Just to see who goes first, really.
You gotta clear it from last time.
That's too much work. All right, Banjay, were you going to attempt to make any kind of action aside from harass the rat?
No, he's just being a jerk to the rats.
Okay, just making sure that I got the right read, so when it attacks you, it's for a reason. So it's going to go first in the initiative, and... Yeah, here we go. It's going to move 20 feet forward. It's going to attempt to bite at you.
That's not a reason.
Does a 13 hit your AC?
Yes.
All right. So it manages to dig its teeth into your ankle, piercing the skin. You suffer 3 points of piercing damage. And it kind of just holds on, flailing about.
Oh, they are quite mean.
They're fucking rats.
They're just standing back watching this, commentating.
Yep. Speaking of standing back and commentating, the second giant rat, it cautiously watches from a distance, moves over toward the carrion, clamps down onto it with its giant buck teeth, and begins to drag it slowly backwards. Banja, you're up.
Can Manje like drop to like fully down and try to grapple it?
You can grapple a rat, sure. It's going to be a athletics check to try to grab this thing. It is a large rat.
That was 9. Can I use the one in the pool?
Say go for it.
That's more like it. That's a 22.
All right, 22 beats a 21. You grab it by the nape of its neck, and it flails about as you are holding it out at arm's length. You appear to have disarmed it for this round. For its turn, it attempts to break from your grasp. Fails miserably. Well, actually, you know what? Go ahead and roll an athletics check to hold on to it.
10.
Okay, it fails miserably. You've got a giant rat.
Yay, you got it. Now what are you gonna fucking do with it?
They are not very good eating unless you are desperate.
I thought you wanted the bed, dude. As he
He looks very unhappy.
he tries to bonk it overhead with the butt of his axe.
He's going to try and knock it out.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
So this is gonna be with the hand axe, but with the butt.
Yeah. 15 hits.
Don't roll a 1, you actually accidentally slice it.
Right.
You managed to crack it across its skull, and it still has a little bit of fight in it, but it does appear to kind of twitch and favor one side. As it comes back to the rat's turn, it's going to again try to break from your grasp. I need a contested athletics check.
19.
You manage to hold onto it. It takes its turn to try to break free. So you have another turn.
I'm gonna hit it again.
All right.
I like that the other one's just leaving.
With whatever carcass that is, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 20 hits. And
That was the smart rat.
was that 3 points of slashing damage?
Well, still with the butt, so...
With the butt. So you crack it across the snout, and with your last blow, you seem to knock the fight out of it. It wiggles and twitches, and though still conscious, it does not attempt to attack you. I wouldn't say that you've tamed it, but you have probably concussed it a little bit.
You've cowed it a bit.
You have cowed the rat.
Alright.
I like how there's 4 grown-ass adventurers just standing around watching this fight.
It would have been unfair if we intervened.
Hildy was betting on the rat.
And Banjay's gonna pet it to try to soothe it. Sorry about that, little buddy, but you scared me.
Oh, man. Roll me an animal handling check at disadvantage. If you roll high, I swear to God.
I don't think he can hear you. He's unconscious.
14.
14 at disadvantage?
That's correct.
All right. The creature's apprehensive, and it shies away from you, but your hands are large, and it can only get so far. It concedes and relents as you begin to pet it. It doesn't understand what you're saying, but it seems to understand that the fight is over.
Yeah, I'm gonna just slowly let it down.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
As soon as you let go, it attempts to bolt away, promptly trips over its flagging legs, and kind of zigzag stumbles away from you.
Oh, jeez.
Does not find its carrion, sniffs and looks around, glances back at the party, and then begins to scurry off.
Bye, little buddy. Sorry about the intrusion.
With that, we break initiative.
I am very confused, and that's not an unusual feeling for me. Slightly more confused than normal.
Mbaje turns to others and shakes his head. But how would you like it if somebody came and crashed into your home while you were eating dinner? I just wanted to settle it down. You're just passing through. Don't mean any harm.
Yeah, but you hissed back at it.
It scared me.
That
That-
Insight check.
the fuck is wrong with you?
4. I guess he was scared. Alright, we should probably continue and save the little girl, yes?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Alright. Bunjay, following the trail, you do see that the heel marks kind of disappear as signs of animal foot traffic appear before you. But there are only so many ways out of this next area. As you approach into this rat's den, you do see that there is a mound of thatch and cloth and bits of shiny things, bits of refuse that have been piled up in a corner over here with holes. It appears to be a hovel of sorts, a little den for the rats.
Oh, that is so cute.
Mbaje's gonna make sure that there are no scratch marks on his wall where the tracks stop. Try to make sure they didn't climb up and go up a different way, just to be sure.
Oh, sure. Just roll a quick perception or investigation check.
Wow, that was horrible. 6 investigation. No, sorry, 4 investigation.
Okay. Looking at the wall, you see that it is mostly flat, packed dirt, rock, and stone. It is possible that someone could climb it, but you don't see any signs of it being climbed.
Okay. I'm convinced enough. I'm gonna go forward to the hovel. And just try to look in a little bit, see if he sees any beady eyes looking back at him.
Oh yeah, you see some beady, resentful eyes looking in your direction. You got some rat sentiment looking back at you.
Sorry. We're just going. We're going.
As you move, you pass on through. Those of you who enter the area, you find that the ground is packed dirt, a little muddy, a little soiled. There are animal tracks, little rat footprints going here and there. This appears to be part of their domain, whatever that means. Ahead of you, between a more narrow passage of the refuse walls around you, you hear the sound of not rushing water, but you hear some faint splashing, some faint slopping sounds of liquid. Move in this direction. Hildy, as you turn the corner and get line of sight, you discover standing in this ankle-deep water, not one, but 3 skeletons standing side by side. They are in much rougher, I guess, repair than the ones that you had seen before. Though their bones are still bleached and they appear to be well preserved, One of them is missing an entire shoulder. The other is missing part of its ribs. They appear scuffed and roughed up. Are you approaching stealthily?
I think I will.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check. Waterwalk lasts, what, 8 hours?
1 hour.
1 hour, okay, yeah, it would still definitely be up.
Uh, 21.
21 stealth. It does not appear to notice you as you start to approach. All three of them don't appear to notice you. You do notice that they seem to congregate. They move a bit away from one another. And as you watch, you see that they don't appear to be following any sort of pattern. They don't appear to be working. As you watch and wait for a few moments, you do see that this one here, sloshing through the water, appears to be making what looks to be a circuit. Another one, as you stay and watch for a few seconds, you see likewise makes a circuit around. This one in the center seems to be pacing. They have no tools and they have no materials, no boxes, and none of the black mulch with them. They appear to be making these circuits in perpetuity.
Just kind of aimlessly wandering around.
Give me an insight check.
Alright. That's at 18.
18. It doesn't seem to be aimless. As you consider what the back and forth motions could entail, Vanya, it appears as though you have stepped into line of sight. Are you stealthing?
I'm just walking up behind Heldy and looking out into the water and watching the skeletons move about, frowning softly.
Okay. Heldy, as you consider what this course of movement could entail and why they're doing what they do, Vanya walks up next to you to take a peek, and not quite as quiet and not quite as well trained, her feet kind of squelch into the ground. This skeleton twists its neck with a sickening crack in your direction, nearly pulling its own head off its shoulders to do so, and zeroes in to look at Vanya, and then you. It lifts one hand and lets out a silent, not even a rasp, and then begins to approach quickly. I need you guys to roll for initiative.
Oh no.
Oh no. Are you gonna clear that? Because initiative's still up from last time.
Yeah, if you guys roll initiative, you'll be put in a different order.
All right.
I've already pre-rolled for the skeletons before game. And to clarify with that check of 18, you believe that they were patrolling.
Shit.
So they look more aggressive than the skeletons we've encountered before.
So Hildy's up, and Bunjay, you are close to the bottom of the order. Okay, cool. We'll come back to you in a little bit, Bunjay. Hildy, you are up first, and up.
Yeah. So he's approaching me?
He is approaching you, but it's going to be a little bit before he gets to you.
All right. Man, I really picked everything that does piercing. All right. Yeah, I'm not good against skeletons. All right, I have my rapier out, and I'm gonna meet him halfway and try and fuck him up.
Sure.
Does a 17 hit?
17 most certainly does.
All right. That's 7 piercing.
7 points of piercing damage.
Alright.
You manage to strike and stab into the creature's shoulder, wedging some of the bone free from its limb. It still stands, and it reaches back, preparing to attack you. What do you do with the rest of your turn?
I am using my offhand with my dagger.
Okay.
.21 hit.
21 hits.
That is 7 piercing.
7 points of piercing. With a quick, blunt crack, you strike forward with the tip of your blade and neatly sever the skeleton's head off from its shoulders. It is going to make a Constitution saving throw. 1 sec. It does not manage to remain standing. You watch as its skull falls into the water, and the rest of it follows still.
Alrighty.
Anything with the rest of your movement?
I have 10 feet left, so I'm gonna take a step back, and
Okay.
I think as a bonus action, I can take the dodge.
You used a bonus action to attack.
Oh yeah, my second. Never mind. All right.
You used your offhand attack.
Yep,
So,
yep.
with that, Alina, you are up.
Hell yes. Alright, I can get here and attack this one directly in front of me.
All right. You rear back with your sword and prepare to lay it to rest.
16?
16 definitely hits. You come crashing down and neatly sever its shoulder off with one arm. It appears to still have some fight in it, though.
Alrighty then. Next attack. 25.
25 hits
9.
for 9 points of slashing. You go in for a second strike, and instead of going for the shoulder, you go for the ribs. You sever it in half, bisecting it. It collapses onto the ground, and its torso manages to remain, planting one arm on the ground. It's in really rough shape as it holds on to the last fragments of life, appearing ready and willing to bite at your ankles should it have to. Some force of will is holding this thing together, and as you look down, seeing the wretched thing, you recognize this. Anything with bonus? Or
Nope.
you use your full movement, right?
I use my full movement.
Got it. So that means that Vanya is up.
Okay. Alright, so these are not the gentle ones, it seems. I don't know exactly what to do with them, so I'm going to raise my left hand, which has the piece of jewelry over my hand in that with all the little aether stones in it that I use as my arcane focus, and I kind of shake it loose as the stones light up, and I hold it forward. And I'll look at the one just to the north of Alina. That one.
All right. Yep.
And there's like a few crackles of electricity along my hand, and I will cast out a witch bolt at it.
Ooh, witch bolt. Is that a spell attack?
It is. Yeah, I'll cast it at level 2. Oof.
23 to hit. Okay, so you reach out toward this skeleton, and fingertips crackling with lightning, you lash out, and just these beams of electricity just dance and crackle along its body. Its eyes light up with blue electric light as you cause it to crackle and pop, and any of the moisture that was on it quickly begins to boil. Let's see, that is 12. He's got to roll high. He does not make his Constitution saving throw and thus collapses in a smoldering heap.
As it dies, I'm able to relax my concentration on the spell, and I look at my hand and quickly kind of tuck it into my pocket.
All right. Anything with the rest of your movement bonus?
I feel like I'm pretty safe back here. I'll just move over here so I have a good view of everything.
Alrighty. Okay, Incognitus, you are up.
Okay, gonna move forward and take a peek at what's going on.
There's a lot of sound happening.
Move my 5 squares and not terribly get anywhere.
All right. You can hold an action if you want to hold an action, or you can use your action to double move if you so choose.
I'll hold my action so, like, if something comes within striking distance that's worth whacking, I'll whack it.
All right. Held attack. This guy's dead. This guy is just barely hanging on to life, so it is going to lash out angrily at this champion of the Raven Queen and make an attack, swinging its arm forward at you. I'm assuming a 14 does not hit Alina's AC.
No.
Didn't think so. That's his full turn. Banja, you're up.
And Baji's just gonna get right there. Hold action to attack if something shows up and gets near him, but otherwise that's it for now.
All right. At the top of the round, Incognitus, you hear a sound ring in the back of your helmet. I told you to go.
I think really loudly. I don't care.
LD, you're up. There is a skeleton hanging on to Unlife, trying to bite at Alina.
All right, I'm gonna go after it. Get on this side to get advantage.
All right.
Swing my rapier. That's a nat 20.
Okay.
Woo!
This thing is not going to be able to.
So that's
Yeah, no.
that's max damage plus what?
Maximum damage of the die that you roll. So, whatever die you roll, that's at max damage. Then you roll the die.
All right, so 11 plus 2 more, so 13 piercing.
Okay. Just like before, you managed to strike this one. This time you get it in the back of the skull, and wedging your rapier, you manage to split the creature's skull in half after first piercing it. It falls limp into the water.
Okay, good to know. Not all the skeletons are nice.
Not all the skeletons are nice.
I wonder
You-
why these ones were aggressive.
They
Yeah.
look like they were patrolling.
Perhaps they got turned by something. The thing.
Hildy just shrugs.
As you all come to a quiet moment following the vengeful attack of these skeleton warriors, you find yourselves in knee-deep water, though you stand above it. Looking around, the sights and scents around you are somewhat different. The walls that were normally made up of refuse and trash and waste appear to be slimy, growing steadily more and more slimy the further south you turn your attention. The water is cloudy and oily, and where it meets the surface of the walls around you, you can see these streams and rivulets, these strands of thick and viscous, transparent, cloudy slime. You see less and less of this, the mulch that you'd seen before, the natural decomposition, and more of this almost mucus-like fixtures on the wall. Turning your attention steadily southward, you see that this slime is not only caked onto the surfaces of the ground and the walls, but it appears hardened, caked on.
Mbante is gonna poke it with his quarterstaff.
You start approaching?
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
He's a
so-
brave, smart person.
Yeah. Toward this location, you see this buildup of runny, gooey slime, and toward this direction, you see it kind of cakes on and hardens on the walls. So you poke right here.
Yeah, with his staff.
Your staff kind of sinks into it, and this stringy, snot-like material just kind of sticks to your staff.
Is it like the dog snot?
Dog snot?
The slime they fought before.
Oh, this does not appear to be like a fungus. This appears more like phlegm or goo. It's not moving. It's not reaching out to touch you. It's not very thick. It's very thin.
Would Mbaje have any idea what this stuff might be? What caused it?
Roll a nature check or history or arcana. What would you like to? What frame of mind would you like to assume?
Nature.
Nature, okay.
And that's an 11.
An 11 in nature. You know of a great many creatures that produce slime that can create, congealing, protein-rich substances, like the hagfish, for instance. That comes to mind immediately. This thing is like, once it gets agitated, it releases this liquid that turns into slime in the water, and then it, zips away, leaving whatever predator was trying to kill it overcome by this viscous and hard to break through muck. A great many reptiles are slimy, or and a lot of amphibians and bivalves, slugs, clams, a lot of sea creatures. But this extent, you have not seen this specifically. This kind of territorial marking. It almost seems like, if you didn't know better, like something was building a nest out of goo.
Mbanje grimaces and kind of like pulls his staff back and shakes it off. Actually, he pokes it into the water to try to rinse it off.
Um, you poke it in the water, and it makes it a little looser, but this stuff is very thick. It's not quite coming off as much as you would like it to.
That he's gonna actually like show the others. We need to be really careful around here. This stuff is kind of sticky. I don't want to get stuck to the walls around here.
Okay, let me see real quick.
Don't want to hang around, as it were.
I'd like to take a sample.
Yeah, you reach forward and get your tools ready to take a sample at the same time that Alina, you start to move toward your allies and move past Mbanje. At first, you notice the goo and you notice what Mbanje is showing you, but your eyes begin to wander toward the direction of this alcove. And you get a clear line of sight at this far wall. And I'm going to call for a short break
Oh,
before you see what you see.
Oh boy.
In the meantime, let's see. I'll come back to you, Vanya, and I will go over what you managed to scrape off the wall.
yay.
All right, be back in 5, guys.
Hey,
The bass in this music is like vibrating my table.
oh yeah.
Sorry about that, folks. I am back.
Welcome back.
Morning.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Is everyone else here?
I am here, yes.
I'm here.
I am here.
Oh, it was just me who needed the break then. The fool that I am. Okay, so with that said, yeah, we can get back into it.
I'm taking a sample.
Taking a sample. So Vanya, you managed to take a sample. You get a vial of this cloudy, unnatural mucus.
Got it.
Alina, as you turn the corner and you kind of glance around, you see over against this wall, this alcove, this slime-like material, this mucus-like material. It is congealed and hardened into these thick, almost stalagmite growths against the wall. What catches your eye is that suspended at about eye length, you see what appears to be a torso of a humanoid. Young, dark-skinned. Their face hangs toward the ground, looking down, and you see that they are restrained. Their arms and legs and midsection bound by this half-solidified, semi-translucent, gelatinous material. By just glancing the direction, you can gauge that this person is young, maybe somewhere between 8 and 11. They appear to be female. Their hair is shaved short, and they have the complexion of a native Tekalan person.
Well, Alina, forgetting every story her mother has ever told her about Gilneas, immediately rushes towards her.
All right, you guys watch as Alina just runs forward, junk, throwing caution to the breeze.
What is it? What do you see?
I see there's a little girl here.
Bajay quickly runs and kind of skids to a stop at the other wall.
All right. Alina, do you approach all the way?
I think you might have her on the wrong layer still.
Oh, one sec. I do have her on the wrong layer. Thank you. Here we go.
Yeah, I'll approach all the way.
Okay. Just give me a quick Benison perception investigation, whichever you would like to use to assess the situation.
You said medicine, perception, or investigation?
Yeah, unless you can spin a different skill, or if you want an ally
nope,
to help you.
Really not. She's not very good at many things. That's what I'm finding. I am just like, oh look, she's min-maxed.
Welcome to Paladins.
15.
15
Beg
investigation.
your pardon.
You look her over up and down, and you find that she's not in very good condition. You can sense that she is breathing. You can sense that there are some faint movements of her body, and also a faint, almost like pulsing, not lurch to her body, but you can see that there is very faint movements as you peer and look her over. You see that though she is still clothed, her shoulders are exposed, her neck, her head is exposed. A typical warm weather dress of Tekalan folk, but her skin, despite being this dark, mocha caramel complexion, is pale and clammy. And as you look about her shoulders, you do see that there are these dark, black veins running beneath the skin. You look her over and you get low to see her face. You see that her mouth is agape. Her hair appears to have these shocks of gray and white speckled through the dark brown, and her eyes are filled with this cloudy, pale blue light.
I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on her.
Lesser restoration? Let's see. Disease or condition afflicting it.
Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Okay. Give me one moment. All right, so you reach out and you utter, a quick mental prayer to the Raven Queen. You pull upon your holy power, and you reach out and you touch her. And as you touch her, you see the black veins begin to recede and retract from her body. She lets out this gasp and wrenches forward, and then goes limp again. You see that she's well and truly restrained. The pale blue light coming from her eyes does not dissipate, but you do see the black veins retract and recede from her.
Great. All right. I'm going to try and break her free.
Okay. There is room for you to reach under and try to grab her under her arms, under her shoulders. While you were doing this, what is everyone else doing?
Mbanje is gonna move up. During the check for medicine and all, it just kind of look over his shoulder. You need any help? What can I do?
I'm going to try and break her free. I could use an extra hand.
What she's held with by the muck and stuff.
Yeah, it appears to be like a casing around her. She is semi-submerged in the wall.
If you can hit it with your quarterstaff, it might crack it. I don't want to go swinging my blade around her.
Right.
And you can see that under both of her shoulders are completely exposed. It would be possible to both grab, or you could attempt to attack and break.
Yeah, he's gonna try to attack and break. He's gonna try to aim up, call back. Incognitus, perhaps you can help pull this one out.
I make my way over.
All right, Halfling gets in place, and with Banjay trying to break it free and Alina trying to pull her free, and Incognitus, I assume, pulling Alina, because low center of gravity. Alina, you can roll an athletics check to try to pull her free with advantage.
I'm kind of peering around the corner as they all tend to the child because I've got a creepy sensation on the back of my neck.
You can roll me a perception check as I resolve the athletics check. You see her body kind of pull forward, strings and rivulets of this sticky thread-like material still stuck to her, but you do see that she is slowly being pulled through. You feel as though a few more good tugs like that and she will be out of the woods. I need Alina to roll an intelligence saving throw.
I get to add things to that, I think.
Okay. You are a level 6 paladin. You have your aura, right?
Yeah, I never remember what it is, and for some reason it should be up here, but it never is.
Okay.
I think I just add my charisma modifier to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be your flat intelligence plus your charisma.
Oh, okay, yeah, so that would be a 15.
A 15. Okay. You feel this spike of malevolent, disruptive energy probe at your mind. But there's this great sensation of smothering that just whoomph comes down on top of it. You feel a little hazy, and you're not sure what has happened, but you still have control of all of your faculties.
You can fuck
You're
right
good.
off with that shit. And I'm gonna pull at her again.
All right, roll another athletics check to try to break her free.
Do we have any in the pool?
One.
There's one.
I'm gonna.
Are you
yeah.
guys still assisting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Never mind. We have
Alright.
advantage. Okay, so
So
18.
that's 18. So you're good. Okay. Her torso and her belly come free as you lift her up and out, and you see that there's this twinge of almost pain on her face. I need you to make another intelligence saving throw. Again, you feel this ripple, this almost like stinging twinge that, whoomph, again, is smothered. And for just a moment, you feel as though someone has reached their hands up and over your shoulders. Gently. There's the halfling behind you who has you around the midsection, yanking and pulling, but this feels like a warm cloak being draped across your back, pulling you. You see that Sana is very nearly free, but still somewhat stuck in this mess.
One more yank. Better than a 19.
Okay, need you to make one more intelligence saving throw. All right. So, with a great and mighty heave and a yank, you pull backward and pull this young lady off of the wall and nearly fall backwards on top of your companion. You now have a small humanoid in your arms, completely limp. You see that the pale glow from her eyes has receded, and she breathes raggedly, unconscious. Looking at her chest and her shoulders, you see that the black veins have receded completely as her weight comes down atop you. Bunjay, as you watch Sana pulled free from the wall, you immediately understand why it was so hard to pull her free. As her shoulders and back pulled away into Alina's arms, you see these rubbery, fleshy tendrils latched onto her back. Small hooks pry free, the appendages flailing before slurping back into the wall, releasing its prey.
Dude, pull her back up.
I
As he-
will, back up with her, and I will also do 10 points of lay on hands.
10 points of lay on hands. You feel Sana's breath grow calm and easy. A little bit of tension returns to her body, but you can see that she is so weak, exhausted from her ordeal.
And Banjay drops into a squat, not kneel, and keeps his eyes on the wall where Osana was. Something was holding her there. It may not be like the fungus that we fought before, but this thing is alive.
I think we know what had her.
I can't make heads or tails of what this is.
Whatever it is not good. Maybe we can talk to the skeleton. I can order the skeletons in the last room to keep her safe while we deal with it.
Alina, as you pull on your lay on hands mid-conversation with Banjay, you feel that sensation around your shoulders, that sensation of warmth and comfort atop you. Not smothering, but almost like mind the cliche, like wings enveloping you. And as you consider your options and as you consider what to do next, you hear in the back of your mind, though our queen grants exception to these local gods and customs, let your path be clear. What nests here cannot be suffered to exist. Annihilated utterly, leave no trace of its corruption. Time is of the essence. Steel yourself, my child. It comes. As this warning rings in the back of your mind, and you consider what to do next, you hear toward the far end of the watery alcove beside you.
Oh.
A deep, growling, angry bellow that shakes the ground around you.
Zets will not be allowed to live.
We've got to kill it. Whatever it is down here, we've got to take care of it. So this never happens again.
Agreed. I'm going to put her back with the skeletons in the room where we found the necromancer with my shield. Hopefully that will give her enough protection and enough time so that we can kill this monster.
I'll go with you to see if the amulet might be able to assist in instructing them.
I will be back very quickly. I do not plan on staying. And yeah,
Okay.
I'm taking off full dash, full run.
Full dash, full run with the child. Okay.
Oh.
You are not impeded by the water as you are walking on top of water. Sana seems to kind of cling and clutch, her fingers weak in your arms as you hold her. Vanya, you find it hard to keep up with this
I
paladin.
have to
as she-
pluck my skirts as I hurry after her.
Yeah, you got to bolt after her. Heldi, Incognitus, and Banje, what are you guys doing?
And Banje is just going to keep watch forward, looking to see if there's any spells worth prepping.
Okay.
Feel free to check on others for a second.
Yeah. Heldi, what are you up to?
Yeah, Hildy's just gonna,
Keep watch?
keep watch in case something comes around and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Incognitus is keeping watch. All right, split the party.
Okay.
I love it. Hell yeah.
Well, getting out of the rushing paladin's way,
Vanya and
standing where I'll do the most good if I need to use my aura.
got it. Vanya and Alina, feel free to move your icons. It will take you several turns to get back to the skeletons.
In several turns, is that 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
No, I'm mapping it out right now.
I mean, yeah, they're not moving that slow. Probably around a minute at
Okay.
most, unless they linger.
Okay, I was just gonna ritual detect magic if they'd be that long.
Yeah, it's taken us like 18 seconds to get back to this other place.
So, as you keep watch and as you debate what magic to cast, you do sense a rumbling in the ground beneath you, a shuddering, and this child should be over with its guardian.
I can't move her.
There we go. I know. I'm working on it. I can only use the first time DM excuse so many times. I would like Heldi, Incognitus, and Banje to roll perception checks as they keep watch.
And no concern in my voice now as I shout orders to these skeletons.
Another nat 20.
Nice.
21.
Okay.
9.
Two in the pool.
9. So one in the pool, someone mark it, with the 21 and the nat
Isn't
20.
it two? Because the Heather
Yeah, we
didn't use the
haven't
last
done the
one.
other
No, I'm sorry. One more in the pool. And another. As you search the water's edge and work together to make sure nothing untoward is coming, you do see that in this next area, this cavern surrounded by mucus and with large slime-covered stones jutting out of this filmy, oily, cloudy water, you see the surface occasionally break as skeletal rats make their presence known. They don't attack or go after you, but you do see, because you did roll so high, that they are lying in wait underneath the surface of the water. Heldy, you watch them with your nat 20, and you sense that their movements are not entirely feral. They seem to be looking for something, aware of something, waiting for something. Coming back to Alina and Vanya, you pass by the massive skeleton who pays you no mind as you dart past him, and come upon the corpse of Cartwright and his minions.
I look to the minions. You all protect this girl. And I will hand over my shield. And
Okay.
I would like to use persuasion for that.
All right, you utter words of persuasion.
And as she does, I will move a hand to the amulet. And even though I know I'm not attuned to it, I'm going to just try and concentrate and echo her words.
So you echo the words that she said?
Please protect the child.
Please. Okay, so Alina, you can roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Natural 20 for a 28.
Oh!
Okay.
Bruh.
Wow, 3 in the pool. Oh,
Right when we need it.
you feel that sensation around your neck and your shoulders, enveloping you, holding on to you, comforting you. And then you feel this energy, this wellspring within your guts, this power in your words that feels almost too natural, almost surprisingly and worryingly natural. The words roll off of your tongue, and you can sense the world around you take note, your presence known. The 2 skeletons surrounding Cartwright turn their attention toward you. They lift their heads with newfound purpose, crouch forward, and roll onto their feet. They shamble and then stand straight. One of them reaches out for the shield. The other one extends its arms down low in a cradling motion.
I hand over the girl and the shield.
As you hand Sana over, the skeleton takes a few steps back and puts his back against a groove in the wall, crouches and curls her toward him, protecting her body with his forearms and his knees. The second of the skeletons backs up to his companion and just crouches behind the shield.
They are
There's
such
a
good
wall.
boys.
There's a wall of steel, bone, and purpose guarding young Sana now.
Alright, let's get back before we miss the party.
Agreed.
And I am darting my ass back, too.
All right, you guys dart forward. Rogue and Short and Druid, you are now aware that there are creatures lying in wait, ready to nip at your ankles. What are you guys doing as you wait for your companions to return?
Yeah, I don't have any magic to immediately cast, so I'm going to hold my position and wait. Or no magic that would actually do a thing and help.
That's
Hey,
fair.
This is a good place to hold the defensive line, so
Yeah.
All right.
Do we know how long it's been since Water Walk's been activated?
You estimate about a half hour to 40 minutes.
Okay.
Enough time to finish what has to be done and then maybe walk home if the way home was through a moat. All right.
As we come back around, I pop Radiant Soul.
Okay. You tap into that wellspring of energy, and these wings of light shatter out from behind your armor. What do they look like? Describe your radiant soul.
Sure. So they are large, spectral, glowing purple wings, and my eyes, instead of being gray, glow purple.
Hey.
All right, Heldy, you see as your ally, your companion beside you, takes on this angelic-like appearance, and it's almost a little too much.
Yeah, Hildy's kind of giving her a look like, what am I looking at? First there's this dude who's trying to befriend a rat, and now there's this.
Okay, so you guys may set yourselves up however you would like to be set up. Vanya and Alina, as you guys arrive back, and Alina, as you pop your radiant soul, you hear another great, deep bellow. The ground beneath you shakes as part of the refuse pit begins to collapse in the far distance. From the shattered remains of this slime-like casing, refuse, junk, trash, and mold emerges a shape, bloated and broad, with leathery, slimy flesh. This large creature pulls itself forward on 3 wide-stanced short legs. Its maw is almost crocodilian, but far too wide, with far too many teeth. Its interior deep, black, and slimy. You see no eyes upon its head, but instead a pair of tendrils that reach up from its back, each bearing a set of yellow slit eyes. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Yay! 4 in the pool.
4 in the pool.
I want to see what this thing looks like because it sounds weird as shit.
Right? Yeah.
I can remember its image from like 3.5, but I can't remember what it is.
Good.
Pretty sure I
good,
can't
good.
pronounce it though.
So it's not on the map yet? I'm working on it?
It is on the map.
Nope.
Not the right layer.
It's on the token layer. Hold on.
You'll hear collective gasps as it
Let me
appears.
reload. Let me reload. A lot of weird things happening tonight. My shit's not going through.
Oh shit.
Ew.
Oh, there's the thing.
It looked more cartoony in 3.5.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit cartoony in 3.5. At the top of the round, incognitus, you hear in the back of your mind, "You've been very, very bad." And as it screams in the back of your mind, the rest of you hear it bellow in your brains. Brad!
Oh.
Did it just yell brat?
Bad.
Okay, because that would have been kind of amusing if it said brat.
I fucking hate it.
All right, so I think technically with crits, Incognitus should be going first. So, Incognitus, you were up. Heldy, you're on deck.
I'm going to enter hammerhand stance and move forward with a held action to attack whatever comes at me.
All right, held action. Are you moving yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, you move. Right. Okay. 1 second. All right, so you move and you prepare yourself, taking a stance ready to swing at whatever comes at you. Hildy, you are up.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna move my full movement I'm gonna stand next to Incognitus and be like held action if something comes near me to attack as well.
Okay. Next up are some rats. This
You
one's
feel
going
that
to.
with the size of the shield that I'm also carrying around, that next to me might be a good place to be.
Possibly. All right, so this one is going to rush up next to you, Incognitus. You can take your attack of opportunity. Hildy, are you holding an attack of opportunity to attack as well?
Yes.
All right, so you both can make your attacks of opportunity. This does use your reaction. Keep that in mind.
A held attack uses a reaction.
Yep.
Either way, I knock it one away from me.
You. Oh, hammer hands?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, actually, I think you wrote that I do I knock it away my con modifier, actually.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Let me check. Oh, nope, just one square.
Okay. So you go and you give it a great wallop, cracking across this conglomerate of rat skeletons, smashing some of it to pieces. Which direction are you knocking it?
Just one, but directly back.
Directly back. Okay. Hildy, you get to use your held action if you want to use your reaction to do so.
I'm gonna wait until another one comes at us since she smacked that back.
And that thing did take 9 damage.
It did. You did some substantial damage to it. This one is going to... Yep, it's got movement. It's going to attempt to attack Hildy. Hildy, an enemy has entered your threatened area.
Alright, I'm fucking him up. Alright, that was a nat 1. I'm gonna use one out of the pool. Much better.
What are we down to 3 now?
3, yes.
Okay.
So, rapier... 24 hit?
24 hits.
Alright, that is 6 piercing.
6 points of piercing damage. You stab into this conglomerate of skeleton rats. On its turn, it is going to attempt to attack you. It reaches out its many little biting teeth seeming to work in unison. It's kind of horrifying to watch a mound of bone and sinew all reach out their heads at once. Does a 9 hit your AC?
No, it does not.
Okay, you deftly dodge out of the way as they snap at open air. This mound of rats is going to attempt to attack Incognitus. It actually rushes forward and moves over the other mound, briefly melding together, tangling and untangling before lunging forward to try to attack Incognitus. Does a 16 hit your AC?
It does not.
Okay, its teeth, many mouths scrape against your armor, but it cannot find purchase on your tin can of a body. Alina, you are up. Vanya, you're on deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my entire turn going there, I think.
All right.
I missed my rogue. Yeah,
Paladins have their own rewards.
they do.
They
Yeah,
hit really,
that's-
really hard.
They hit really, really hard once I can hit it. Yeah, I can't really do anything else. All I can do is bonus action, so let me just check my spells really quick.
Sure. As you check your spells, you look upon this bloated, slimy, drooling creature, and As you look at it, you feel your eyes begin to strain. Something is very wrong.
Oh, shit.
I cast Sanctuary on Heldy.
Sanctuary on Heldy. Please be sure to write down, share the description in the chat. CC, take note that you have Sanctuary on you. 30 feet. It's not concentration? Oh, hell yeah. Incredible.
It only
Yeah.
lasts until Heldy makes a turn, but that'll get us through another couple.
Oh yeah.
That's hopefully.
It'll take a couple attacks. Dissuade a few attacks even. So that's movement and bonus. You're good?
That's all I got.
All right, Vanya, you're up.
Oh, I've got so many concentration spells. Okay. Well, I know I'm going to move. I'm going to get right there. Oh, that is not a hag. I don't know if I'm okay with that or not.
Vanya, as you look at the creature and you breathe a sigh of relief, oh, it's not a hag, great. You take a moment and really look at it, and something turns in your stomach.
But I still don't like it.
Is that it for your turn?
I am going to... I guess I stick with my original plan then. Yeah, it's exactly 60 feet away. So I will kind of lean to the side of Heldy and thrust my hand out to cast another crackling witch bolt at it.
Witch bolt, all right.
And
That
I
is,
will cast it at... Yeah, let's do another level 2.
That's a spell attack?
Yeah, 26
Okay.
to hit.
26 most certainly hits. And yeah, your lightning races across the sky and strikes down to this thing. It begins to sizzle and pop almost immediately.
And this time, as I know this is not a skeleton and this is not enough to simply blow it up, I'm going to kind of narrow my eyes in concentration, and instead of going away, the blast continues in a torrent from my hand.
You all watch as Vanya and this creature are connected for this moment. The creature begins to flail and twist and looks between the paladin with its tentacle eyes and then toward the witch in the corner, the one that's harming it. It's going to use its first villainous action to cast a cantrip. Vanya, you feel a spike of pain start to weave its way into your mind. I need you to roll an intelligence saving throw.
A cantrip, huh? Alright, yeah, I'm going to use... I'm just going to do my saving throw. $18.
18. The probing force, this presence in your mind, tries to break through and sever your hold on your magic, but it does not. You do not take any damage. There is a very faint pain in between your eyebrows, but you think you got this.
Stay out of my head!
Rats, weird rats. This one is going to try to attack Alina as it is approaching its master with reckless abandon. They try to bite at Alina's ankles. Does a 14 hit your AC?
Yep.
Even without your shield?
Even without my shield.
You've got plate, don't you?
I do have blade.
God damn it, okay.
I haven't
It
been using my
misses.
shield this entire friggin' time.
Holy shit, its teeth graze and scratch against your armor, barely leaving a mark. Bunjay, you're up.
And Banjay immediately changes shape. Not that anyone can see it. All anyone sees is a flock of ravens.
A what?
I'm using wild shape to turn into a swarm of ravens.
Can Wild Shape turn into a swarm?
No.
I think Wild Shape can only turn into one creature. You can turn into a raven.
Well, fuck ass.
Raven's still cool.
Well, I'd have to. Alright, hold on.
Oh, actually, ravens are flying creatures. There might be some rules at our level for not transforming into a creature with a flight speed.
Oh, that kind of messes with shit. Alright, for the now, I'm gonna just whack this rat right here while I reconsider my strategy, if I can't do that.
Go for
You
it.
could wolf again.
Yeah, but I was looking for something more mobile and like more effects. We're gonna use the quarter staff with 2 hands. Does 18 hit
18 is going to hit.
for 4 bludgeoning damage?
All right. You crack this thing atop its skull and manage to break some of the bits and pieces off of it. Let's see. So as of sixth level, you can turn into a flying creature. The maximum CR is 1/2.
Yeah, swarm of ravens is 1/4.
But it's a swarm. It's not a creature. It's a swarm of creatures. You can't turn into multiple creatures at once.
So they're not treated as one creature? Okay.
No. They even have special rules. If you manage to harm a swarm of ravens, they do less damage. Technically, when you attack them, you're making them dissipate.
Okay.
All right. So this creature, on its turn, it sees Alina. What is it going to do? Yeah, it's going to skulk forward 1 square, and from its back, a series of tendrils burst from the flesh. You are 15 feet away.
Yep.
Oh, 20 feet. It's going to be a little closer. A little closer. And it is going to attempt to lash at you with one of its tentacles. 16 does not hit your AC. A second tentacle comes swinging out from its back, and it leans into it, trying to strike you. That's going to be a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's going to be damage. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as this tentacle smashes, its toothed ends kind of raking and gripping into your armor. I need you to... Oh no. Okay, when it lands the attack, the tentacle starts to wrap and constrict around you. You are restrained.
I don't get to save
On your
throw?
turn, on the start of your turn, you get to make a saving throw. Oh wait, no, hold on. It's a DC 16, so these old creatures. You know what? I'm gonna let you roll the saving throw now, and contest it.
There's
So
a lot
you
of
can-
creatures that just like instantly grapple you or restrain you on
Yeah,
hit.
I'm going to make an executive decision to overrule that. You can roll a strength or dex based saving throw. Not a saving throw, a skill check. So athletics or acrobatics.
Would anyone be opposed if I use one of the pool?
No,
No,
we
no,
got
I mean,
me.
there's 3.
Oh my fucking lord. Alright.
Okay, so the tentacle wraps around you, the little teeth grappling into you. It isn't close enough to make its bite attack on you. So you are restrained. You are in place, locked in battle with this thing, until you can break out of its hold.
I will mention,
Quick,
Rob,
quick.
that it did not move on the map. At least not for me.
Yeah, I didn't see it move.
You guys don't see it moving?
Nope.
What the hell? Some funky shit's going on. Reloading. Again.
It's the revenge of Discord. It can't get us one way, so it can get us another way.
For real. One way or another, it's being bullshit. Alright, so that creature's within range. So, while you are grappled, you are restrained. This means that your speed is 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls are at disadvantage. You have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws until you can break free.
Alrighty.
Incognitus, you are up.
Okay, I'm going to shift stances to cleaving. I'm going to move here, and I'm going to main hit this one and hopefully side hit that one.
All right.
Whack.
That's going to be a whack.
7 to the first rat and 4 to the rat that I hit before.
Okay, 7 to the first one, 4 to the second?
Yep.
All right, you just wall up through one and into the other one. They're both still very much standing.
So the rat that I threw back should have taken 13 damage by now.
Yep, that checks out.
And that is my turn.
All right. Save settings. That should be saved. Okay, good. Do you have multi-attack?
Oh yeah, I do.
You're a fighter. Yeah.
Smack it again. Same way.
Okay, sure.
So a total of 15 to this rat, and then 17 to this rat.
All right,
Grand
just
totals, not yeah.
Got it. So the this one over here is actually looking fairly disjointed. Its pieces are starting to break and twist apart. The one directly in front of you is not much better off. It looks like another solid wallop will destroy them. Hildy, you are up.
All right, so the one directly in front of her is not doing too well.
This one's looking really bad. This one's looking kind of bad.
So she has an attack of one that's behind that other one, just the one
Yeah.
time.
I've only attacked the ones next to each other, the 2 that are above me.
Okay. Heldy's gonna move herself around these guys to get advantage on her rolls. And
Alright.
I am going
So-
to...
First things first, as you move out of the range of this one here, it's going to make an attack of opportunity at you.
Oh yeah, I
Attempts to
forgot
bite
about
at
that
you.
one.
Does 15 hit your AC?
Just misses.
Okay. It bites empty air.
Alright, so I am going to attack the one that's next to Ignitus first. 20 hit.
20 hits.
Okay, that's 7 damage.
7 points of damage.
I'm-
You nearly sever this thing into pieces. It appears to be hanging on by a literal thread of sinew.
Alright, I'm gonna use sneak attack to add 1d6.
All right. As you twist the blade and pull it back free, you sever this creature from its mortal coil. You destroy it.
Alright. I only rolled 1 damage. Is that
It
enough?
Anything that you would have rolled would have killed it at that point.
Okay. Alright. I just wanted to make sure it was dead.
It is dead. It is done.
All right.
Rings. All right. This
Can
one.
you say sneak attack of 1d6?
An extra 1d6 damage on a creature I hit.
At level
And have an
6, I
advantage.
think it should be more
When
than
you
that.
roll, you should be like 3 or 46.
Let me scroll down.
Your sneak attack gets better as you level. Keep that in mind.
Oh, it's
still-
3d6.
Yep,
Anyway,
anything that-
it's dead.
Yeah, and it's dead. Anything you would have rolled would have killed it. This one here, having been a little slow, just join the initiative. This one is going to. Yeah, this one's going for Alina. It's going to attempt to bite at her restrained form. Does a 20 hit your AC?
It does.
Okay, finally. The creature's many heads reach out from the conglomerate of bones and sinew, and one of them manages to break through a chink in your armor, piercing you. You suffer 7 points of piercing damage. That's it for its turn. This rat here. This one's going to try to attack Banjay. Oh, shit. Banjay, this one crits.
Okay.
As it rears back and attempts to bite you several times.
I'm
you
gonna
feel-
use my reaction to shield master that.
Shield
disadvantage.
master. You fucker! Incognitus swings out with her shield and whoop-boom, smashes this thing, this pile of rats. It rolls a 14 to hit.
And because of my aura, it gets a negative to as my proficiency bonus.
It has a negative 2 attack to hit,
Yeah.
so that's
I
an
think it's
11 to hit. Bungie, does 11 hit your AC?
It does not.
This thing swings, gets hit by a shield, dazed, goes wild, and just kind of skitters pathetically. Wow, nicely done. These rats here, seeing Incognitus do that, is going to try to take Incognitus down. It's flanking you. It's going to attempt to bite you with its buddies. Does a 17 hit your AC?
Nope.
Fucking hell. Again, just scraping against the armor. All right. Moving on. Alina, you are restrained. You are grappled. To try to break a grapple, it is your action to do so, unless you're close enough to try to shove. In this instance, you can either try to break free with your action, or you can do another action.
Double checking something.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to try and hit it with my sword.
Okay, so you can make your attack. It is at disadvantage while you are restrained. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All right, so you attempted to break through the tentacles?
Yes.
Okay, attacking the tentacles. Got it. That's going to be a hit. 9
Okay.
points of...
So.
Sure, you first.
So it's 9 points of slashing, 5 points of radiant, and I'm throwing a thunderous smite onto it.
Thunderous Smite, what does that do?
It needs to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Excellent. 1 sec. Saving throws. All right. What is your DC? 16? It does not.
Great. So it takes that 7 points of damage, and since it's a creature and doesn't succeed, it's pushed 10 feet away from me and is knocked prone.
It is not immune to being prone. You knock it backward 5, 10 feet into the rubble and refuse that it had come from. Its tentacles snap free as it can no longer reach you. It
did
is
move on the
reeling.
map.
Still not moving on the map?
Nope.
Let me see something right quick. Hold on, guys.
That was a Hail Mary. I was like, if I make this, then I don't have to worry about the athletics.
Ooh,
To
you
break the-
might have pushed it out of reach of my spell.
Oh no. Damn it.
I've got other tricks, but
One sec, guys.
You.
You guys see that?
Yep.
Yeah. That one looks more like the
oh shit.
3.5 version.
Alright, one sec.
Bizarre how only certain tokens are working tonight.
Yeah, I think something's not formatted quite right.
Oh, is it a difference between like 5e tools and
Could be,
Oh no, it's still within range.
Awesome. I'm going to fly after it.
you still have an attack. Let me just calculate this. That's 9 points of slashing, 5 points of radiant, 7 points of thunder. $21 points of damage total. Yeah, you fly on toward it as it's still reeling. And it is prone, so you have advantage on the attack.
Yes, I do. Once I'm on the right tool. It just moved me back for some reason. There we go.
There we go.
I'm gonna hit it again.
Sure.
$28 to hit.
28 hits.
7 points slashing, 5 radiant.
All right. 12 points of radiant damage. The turn has changed. Yeah, it's going to use at the end of your turn, it's going to take an action. It's going to do a villainous action, and it's going to attempt to pierce your mind. I need you to roll a int saving throw.
So I think I just realized that this has already got my paladin aura measured into it. I think Roll20 did it on purpose. Otherwise,
okay.
the numbers don't make any sense. So this is what it
Got
is.
it. Okay.
Great.
Cool.
That's a 1.
Use
They're
one in the
so-
pool.
Yeah, pool.
Okay. Night's almost over. May as well.
Still not great,
Okay.
but damn.
You feel this sharp pain pierce between your eyes, drawing away your focus as this headache just swells up in your brain. You feel your grip on your sword kind of falter. You feel your focus kind of falter as you take 5 points of psychic damage. Yeah, you feel something's a little bit off as this headache kind of fills you. Oh shoot, where was he in the turn order? He was 2.
Yeah, the boss had a 2.
Boss had it 2. Okay. He's still bottom of the order. No worries. Anything else with bonus action?
No, the smite is a bonus action.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, cool. Vanya, you're up. Skeleton rats are on board. Banja, you're after the rats.
It's still within range. But I'm a little concerned about it backing up, so... I can't advance without getting within melee range of creatures I don't want to be in melee range of, so I'm going to hold here and concentrate on my Force Lightning and send another surge through the tether. Since I had it bound last turn, I can use my action to just automatically deal the damage.
Oh, shit. So you just raining down lightning on top of it. Roll your damage.
So that would have been a fun attack, but that's just going to be a 3 lightning damage.
All right, Alina, you see that it's starting to crisp up and bubble in certain parts on its body.
Didn't she cast it at second level though? Does that maintain?
No, every turn I can do 1d12 so long as I maintain concentration, but doesn't get any bonuses.
It's a low roll.
So I'm just going to concentrate on that and kind of call out, I do not know what that thing is, but if it is taking children, it is an abomination that must be put down.
You fucking think?
Alina's got so many Gilneas yelling for her that she needs to kill this thing quickly.
And I just kind of like bow my head a little bit and concentrate on it with my hair just kind of like falling over my eyes.
As you pepper it with lightning and Alina, as you slash into it with your holy light and radiant energy, you will hear it bellow in the back of your minds. Give her back! The rats seem to flinch. The rats seem to flinch and rear up angrily, turning about, and this one's going to try to gang up on you, Alina. It makes a series of bites in your direction. You are currently flanked with the abomination before you. It rolls a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. You suffer 9 points of piercing damage as these little teeth start to just dig into the existing holes in your armor. Banje, you are up.
Banje comes over, steps up this way, and points forward. Come to me, my creatures. Assist me in my time of need. And beside Alina manifests 2 giant octopi.
What? What spell is this?
Conjure animals.
Oh my god, what CR is a giant octopus?
1.
Nice!
So I get 2 of those.
2 beasts of challenge rating 1 or lower. Got it. Okay, give me a sec.
I drew temp markers, but if you have tokens to throw, sure.
Yeah, I'll put down their markers for where you want them to appear, and I will manifest octopi.
If it lets me select them. Well, they're on either side of Alina.
Alright, give me a sec.
The Cognitus has been on enough adventures to know where this is going.
Sierra 1, giant octopus, got it. Do they follow your initiative, or do they roll for initiative?
They follow mine, as far as I know. Roll initiative for the summoned creatures as a group, which has
All right.
turns.
As a group, okay. In it?
3.
3? Okay, so they both roll 3?
Yeah.
Okay, Alina, you have from the water, just seeming to rise up from the goo and the ichor, these two tentacled creatures emerge, and for a second you're like, oh no, 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 no. Until they resolve into a shape that you recognize. Tentacles raised, they look none too happy to be going toe to toe against these creatures before you.
I'm just gonna yell out, "Good octopus, bad octopus!"
Good octopus dudes! Say hello to Devilot and Ultros!
Fantastic! DD and VD, okay.
DD and BD. What was the first one? Dedion?
Devilot.
Devilot. So Devilot goes first in the initiative. God damn it. And he's going to attempt to tentacle wrap around the prone abomination. Cannot. No, it has advantage. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So, as tentacles begin to constrict and constrain against this creature, Alina, you see its body bulge and squish and deform as things begin to crack underneath the skin. It appears to be very well and truly restrained on the ground. Ultros, you swear you can hear this octopus let out this wicked little as it reaches out and lunges to slap and constrain the creature on the ground. Delightful, yes. More bones, question mark, begin to pop and twist underneath the strength of these massive beasts. Unreal.
And that will... No, actually, I'm going to cast... where is it? Sorry. Hidden Step.
Is that a con?
Nope. Bonus action, I can magic... Actually, here.
As bonus action, you can magically turn invisible. Oh, buddy. Okay, well, you see Mbanje, or rather, you don't. In a scintillating display of starlight, his body disappears from view.
So, there we go. He's gonna go right there, assuming he doesn't take attacks from going invisible.
Well, you're
Seeing the water
invisible.
move, this rat's going to try to make an attack.
Would it be at disadvantage?
Absolutely.
All right.
And it misses you entirely. It just whiffs at the air and just kind of sniffs the air and cannot find you. And it uses its reaction to do so, so it is dead in the water. That's it for your turn?
That is.
Okay. The abomination goes up and it is going to... 52 HP, really? Okay.
It's restrained.
He's restrained, so he can't really do much but try to either break free or one sec. Yeah, it's gonna just, all it can do is use its multi-attack. Its crocodilian-like maw with its many rows of teeth opens up far wider than should be possible by any creature. Alina, you see that like its gums twist and bend almost like rubber, the teeth flanging outward. It tries to take a chunk out of this giant octopus, out of Ultros, the fun one.
The octopi are my allies, yeah?
What are your allies?
Okay, it has disadvantage on the attack.
Let's double disadvantage. So it's gonna try like hell. What's the AC on these guys? Okay, even
11.
with disadvantage, it manages to hit an 11 on the money. Let's see, bites. 2d10. Takes 13 points of piercing damage as it tries to take a chunk out of this thing. Banjay, you're watching your allies, and Lena, you're watching the octopus as well. You see as the teeth sink into its flesh, this viscous, black, oily fluid bubbles up in the wound. And let's see. The octopus manages to shake it. The abomination then attempts to flail with its tentacles, trying to attack the creature a few more times. Once with one slap, at disadvantage. Elena, that's just a reaction to do that, right?
Yeah, my reaction.
Reaction, okay. So the second one manages to slap it with a tentacle, attempts again to slap it with a tentacle. You see as this octopus gets beaten and bludgeoned quite a few times. It starts to get bloodied and bruised. But that's the entirety of the abomination's turn. Incognitus, you are up.
I'm gonna shift stance again back to hammer hands, and I'm gonna wail on this rat that's below me.
Rat wailing, go for it.
Crit.
Oh!
One back in the pool.
One back in the pool. So that's
I fling the bones that way.
Yeah, you fling the bones. It is well and truly dead. Remove them from initiative. Alright, you still have an extra attack, movement, bonus action.
I turn to the one above me. I'm gonna use my halfling thing of lucky to re-roll that.
Alright, technically you are flanking with Heldy.
Oh, never mind then.
Yep, you can hold on to that. So for 8 points of bludgeoning damage, because 23 does hit, you wallop it and see that this creature is hanging on by a literal thread. Heldy, you are up. Alina, you are on deck.
Alright, I'm gonna fucking smack that one. That Incognitus couldn't finish off. 24 hits, right?
24 hits. You manage to just neatly cut into it and sever it from its many tails. The creature breaks into pieces. It was hanging on by literally a scrap of itself.
Alright, I'm gonna move.
Mm-hmm.
And can I use my bonus action to go after this one?
Yeah, you can use an offhand attack.
Offhand with my dagger.
Offhand dagger.
And it's flanking.
It is flanking.
That's a 2 on die. Can I use one in the pool?
Hell yes.
You got like 3 left, right? Yeah.
Gonna say you got a 1 and a 2 because it's flanking.
Oh, do I get advantage?
Yeah, you're flanking.
Oh, never mind. It's never mind. I don't use one in the pool. All right.
Okay.
17 hit.
17 hits.
All right. Seven damage, piercing.
7 damage. Are you using sneak attack?
I can use it now. $14 additional.
14 additional damage. You managed to sever several of these rats from the main rat itself. It is not looking good. Bits and pieces are starting to float away. Scraps of flesh are being torn asunder by your dagger. You've put it in a really bad place. Which leaves it to this rat here. It's going to try to flank and attack you for attacking. It bites at your ankles, and a 9, I'm assuming, does not hit your AC.
Oh, no.
That's it for its turn. Alina, you are up. Vanya, you are on deck.
Fantastic. I'm gonna hit the thing in front of me a couple of times.
Sure. It is prone. It is very prone. It is very restrained.
27
27 hits.
with a level 2 smite.
Okay. -17. Ooh. So at first you had seen its skin start to boil and pockmark from the lightning. Now, as you cut into it, you start just flinging these streaks of black inky blood that boil off of your sword, as though your sword doesn't want it to be touched. The creature bellows out these squeals, almost hog-like, between snarls and guttural, juicy grunts. It continues to buck and flail as you go to fucking town on it.
And then the next attack. 24 to hit,
That's going to hit.
and then 11 slashing, 5 radiant.
You see its skin is beginning to boil and pockmark across it. Everywhere where your blade touches seems to leave these gashes that are easier to look at than the creature's actual face. Vanya, unless you have a bonus action.
That smite is a bonus action.
Smite's just part of your attack.
Oh, okay. It's never mind. It's a spell. It's so weird.
Okay.
I'm still getting.
All
the
right.
words.
Certain smites
So,
are
yeah,
bonus action
special-
spells, but your basic is normal.
Basic smite is not. Okay.
Got it, okay. You didn't cast a spell though, right? You just used your normal smite?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, just burnt spell slot. Perfect. Vanya, you're up. You have lightning coming out of your hands? Question mark?
Yeah, hands. I'm going to get closer now that I don't have enemies in the way, and I'm just going to continue to concentrate on this stream of lightning.
All right. You focus on the lightning, continuing to chain
Ugh.
for 2
2 lightning damage.
damage. It squeals and screeches nonetheless. Skeletal rats pinned between Alina and Heldy. It continues to go after Alina. It has its orders. Does a 19 hit your AC?
Yep.
19. This one rears back its many heads, bucking forward to latch on and bite into your armor. You suffer 7 points of piercing damage.
Celine's gonna be pissed.
Oh yeah. That's it for its turn. Bunja, you are invisible. You see that your ally beside you is wielding some kind of crackling lightning magic. What are you up to?
Move there too. Invisibility will drop. Which of the octopi are grappling?
They are both grappling him. They are tangled up with his tentacles.
Alright. I'm gonna come here and knock this one upside the head. Try to start getting rid of the chaff.
Sure. As you approach and you attack these rats, you do see that they are attacking with a fervor and a malice that is not normal of living rats. Even of undead, they seem to be extremely coordinated. You roll at advantage because you are invisible until the point that you attack. 10 to hit. 10 on the money hits.
Cool.
Roll damage.
6 bludgeoning.
6 bludgeoning. Crack. You come down on top of it, giving it a mighty wallop.
And still up. That sucks.
Still up. As you look him over, this conglomerate of rats is very hardy. It appears to be mostly intact.
He wants to give orders, but as they're, you know what? Devilot, take care of the rats above Alina. Ultros, do your thing. Keep that thing occupied.
Okay, you issue your orders.
Occupied.
All right, Devilot releases its hold on the abomination, rears back with its tentacles, and wraps them around the skeletal rats in front of you, Heldy. It's. Oh, yeah. You hear this satisfying but sickening as the bones are shattered beneath the muscular appendage. Do you get multi-attack octopus? Do you have?
No.
Just one attack. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Ultros continues to bludgeon the abomination, using a free tentacle to give it the slappies. Yeah. You see the creature in front of you, Elena, is starting to flag and flail. It rears back, and it's now locked in battle with an octopus, a giant octopus. It's going to attempt to bite at it.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage, because you used your reaction to protect the octopus. What's the AC on these guys? Despite that, at disadvantage, it does manage to wallop and smack against the octopus in question. You see Ultros is looking a little rough. Those teethed, toothed tentacles are starting to rip in and tear into its flesh. The abomination goes in for another strike. This time, rearing back to try to bite. It manages to sink its teeth into the front of Ultros' bulbous head, right between the eyes. It clamps down, and you see the large octopus flail, and then wrench its many more arms into the beast's maw, staving off the final crunching blow. It is locked for a battle for its very life. And that has consumed the entirety of the abomination's turn. Incognitus, you are up.
Bing. Let's see. I'm gonna move 5 up. I'm gonna smack the rat.
Fourteen hits.
Rat smacked.
Rat smacked. Let's see, for 7 points total.
Would that
Yep.
not be
Oh shit, that's advantage. That's a crit.
Another one
Yeah.
at the pool.
So that's a D6. $13 points of damage, if I'm not mistaken. It is roughed up. It appears to be hanging on by a few threads.
If we're doing the vicious crits, it's gonna be 10 plus whatever I roll for the unless it's that
So,
Three.
what did you roll?
I haven't. There's the built-in roll for the attack,
All right.
but the it's a D6 plus 4 plus 3.
All right. It's going to be 10 plus whatever you roll, so be sure to roll.
Okay, 12.
All right, so not much of a difference. It's marginally healthier than what it was.
And I'm in hammerhand stance, so I'm gonna. Actually, you know what? I don't need to fling it. It can stay where it is.
All right. Heldy, you're up.
All right, I am going to smack the rat behind me because how dare you try and bite me? How many are in the pool?
2 or 3.
4, 5.
Because I don't. Does an 11 hit?
11 is going to hit. Yeah.
And
All
you
right,
currently
all right.
have advantage anyway.
Oh, I
You
do
have
have
advantage.
advantage. All right, well that's a 19. So,
19 hits.
well, on die, so like 20. It's 5. All right, I'm gonna swipe my rapier. That is 6 points of damage.
That is exactly what you needed.
Wonderful.
As you sever this thing from its rat king form, you cut its tails, you cut its spine, and it just drifts into the mucky water.
All right, I can move into octopus space, right?
Octopi are difficult terrain.
Are they? They're friendly though.
They are friendly, but they are difficult terrain.
They're slimy and rubbery.
That's fine. I can move through. I'm gonna get up beside Alina in between her and an octopus, and I'm gonna use my offhanded dagger to go after this fucker, and use sneak attack on him.
Okay. You are coming in defense of Ultros. I love it.
Does a 16 hit?
On the money.
Sweet. Alright, so that is... Oof. That's 1 point of damage plus. Alright, that's 8 points of piercing. That wasn't as good as I thought it would be.
8 points total?
Yeah, I rolled low.
All right, 8 points of piercing damage. You manage to sneak in a little stab at the creature. As you look at it and observe its features, you find that it's difficult to look at it. It strains your eyes as though you had been up all night or looking at strange patterns, or something about it makes you want to avert your gaze.
Yeah, I fucking hate that thing.
Alina.
Alright.
Anything with your remaining action?
No, I think I can't disengage and step back away from it, right?
You are a swashbuckler, so when you attack a creature, you move without provoking attacks of op.
Okay, I'm going to take a step back to at least be maybe out of its reach.
Possibly. Alina, you are up.
Sweet. I'm gonna keep doing the thing that's working.
The thing that's working. It's never failed you before.
Alright,
Alright.
so...
Your first slash comes down. You deal. You land a 20. That hits. You slash downward into it. Sword burning with radiant light.
Yeah, I just want to check one thing really quick. Sorry, guys.
Sure.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I really don't want to push it. I'm just gonna do regular level 1 smite.
Okay. Okay, you come down with a crack, and light flares up, this purple scintillating energy pulsing in the time with your wings as you slash down and into the creature. Black blood bubbles and burbles, oily and viscous as it spurts out from the wound. It screams and mewls and bucks and growls audibly. In your mind, you hear it screeching in agony. Stop! Stop! Hungry! Stop!
I just go, no! Will not. And I hit it again, and that's a natural 20.
Oof.
Oh, now's the time to smite it.
Can I smite twice in a turn?
Yeah, you can smite by
Yeah.
any attack that you make.
With your basic smite, all you do is spend the spell slot.
Okay,
Well,
describe
smite it again.
describe what happens as you smite this unholy thing.
Yeah, I just drive my sword into where I assume a brain probably is, and I just pump it full of divine radiant energy and just burn it from the inside out.
Music instantly changes.
You come down with your blade and you plunge it into this creature's face, above its teeth, and you see its lips peel back, its jaw like rubber, teeth splaying up and down like an old broken shoe. Its tentacles flail and twist and writhe as this purple, vibrant light pulses underneath the skin, bulging it and twisting it as wounds begin to peel open on its leathery, boiled flesh. This radiant light pours out, suffusing the area around you. The screams in your mind grow quiet, and its belching and growling and gurgling comes to a stop. It falls limp on the ground, smoldering, dissolving. Its skin begins to peel back as its innards spill out. From within the creature, as its maw opens wider and wider, disconnecting from its form, you see a number of things inside of the creature as it physically unravels, turning into lumps of twisted flesh and meat. Some bits that are shiny, a lot of rubble and rock and refuse, scraps of cloth, bits of rat. One thing catches your eye, jutting up from the pile. There appears to be a long and slender golden wand. Everything else looks like junk and mess. The octopi begin to settle down at ease. Ultros is bruised and cut and worse for wear. Devlon looks no worse for wear.
Mbanje comes over and lifts up one of Ultros's tentacles. How you holding there, buddy? You did good.
This giant, 400-pound octopus leans into you. Just kind of slimy and kind of deflated.
Give the octopi my thanks. They did an excellent job, and I wouldn't be here without them.
Bonjay, as you look over, you do see that Alina is looking a little paler than usual. You see that there's a trickle of blood coming out from the back of her calf, where the rats had managed to land blows.
I'm going to use Balm of the Summer Court with 2 dice.
Oh, no shit.
Alright, so what do I roll?
They're 2d6, and that's the total healing. Unless, how many do you have per level?
Well, right now I have 6.
6, so yeah, choose as many as you want to roll, I guess.
It's up to half.
Half to your druid level. So you're level 6 druid, so you can do up to 3.
Oh, let me change that, because for some reason building it gave me 6.
But
Or
you have
maybe I
6.
can-
No, you
But-
have 6, but can you only use up to 3 at a time.
Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and use 3 to make sure she is fine. So 11, 16 hit points with 3 temporary.
Okay, Elena, you feel this calming and soothing and almost giddy energy start to fill your person. It's a total contrast to what you had just been feeling, but your wounds begin to mend themselves, and you feel a little stouter, a little tougher, as you gain 16 HP and 3 temp HP.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for taking the front line and taking the fight to that thing. What the hell was that?
Can I roll a religion check or something to try and figure out what it was?
Yeah, sure. Anyone who'd like to roll to identify this thing may do so. You can choose to roll religion. There's dice in the pool.
I'm gonna roll.
What were the options to roll?
If you would like to identify, you can fluff it any way you want, whether it's religion, arcana, history, nature. If you can make a good argument for it, I'll listen.
Roll Arcana.
I'm using magical guidance.
Not Arcana. I'm gonna use acrobatics.
You cannot acrobatic pirouettes meaning to this creature.
With nature, that's 17.
Okay, so we got a 17 nature, we got a 12 religion, we got a 17 arcana. Is anyone else rolling?
Hildy doesn't fucking know what the hell this thing is, unless, I mean, if she rolls history, maybe she heard stories about it.
Possibly.
It's 23.
23. You collectively put your minds together and try to give reason to this creature's form. Try to divine some function from it. Banjay, this thing is not natural in any sense of what you would conceive as natural. Its form is almost like an amalgamation of different creatures. It's almost an approximation of a creature with its tentacles and its teeth, but the way that it bends and twists defies natural law. With the 17 arcana, Vanya, you've seen a great many creatures, abominations, monsters. You've heard stories of, witches who stitch creatures together and summon beasts from the outer planes and that kind of stuff. Alchemists who create beasts that they can't control. This doesn't meet the description of anything like what you have heard of in your times as a hedge witch, or in your existence as a Ghanaian with your world of folklore. This is something that you don't recognize, not magically. Alina, you don't know what this is. You don't know what this is, but something inside of you hates it. Something inside of you tells you it's wrong. You don't know where it comes from. You're generally a more accepting person, ? Even skeletons have a place in the world, but this thing does not have a place in this world. You don't know where this sensation comes from, but you remember the words that you had heard when you had healed that little girl. Hildy, with your history check, a 23, you've heard of all sorts of stories. You've heard of sea monsters. You've heard of, wizards putting owl bears together, or so the story goes. You've heard of, trained, half man, half bull creatures that roam labyrinths as guard dogs for crazy kings. This doesn't check out as anything you've heard of before. This, historically, you have no frame of reference. So as you all come to your conclusions, the one thing that you all know that you know is that you don't know what this is. No. Only a concentration spell will end concentration on another spell.
Okay.
So spells that have a duration that specifically requires concentration. I think this is as good a place as any to call it for tonight.
Indeed.
I'm going to also note that at the end of the battle, while everyone kind of congregated up front, Vanya fell back. Just kind of hung back for the moment.
All right. Heather, are you on mute?
No, I've just been letting you do your thing. I'm on push.
Cool beans.
So.
Got it. I just wanted to make sure.
Alina's a little phased. She's never felt hate like that before. It's weird.
That's the kind of feedback I'm looking for. All right, cool. So, we're going to call it today, and we will pick this up some other time.
part of me
Yeah,
was
that-
hoping I'd get the chance to like insert myself between it and like one of the octopuses, so every time it tried to smack the octopus, it would take a -3 to its attacks that were
What?
disadvantages.
Octo Protector. Yeah, -3 would have saved Ultros a world of hurt. A lot
I'm
of those
sorry,
hits were-
Ultros, my legs are short.
All I could do
It
was
was so
disadvantage.
Yeah, even with disadvantage, he was rolling like 20, 13, 20, 14. Wow, intense battle. Thank you guys so much for playing. Thanks for putting up with the
Fuckery.
the issues, the fuckery. Thanks for teaching me how to shut down a creature that was supposed to be lethal. Yeah, octopi. Fuck those guys.
Grapple masters. If you can't cast hold creature, cast octopus.
For real. For real.
And I felt
Unreal.
clever about using that thunderous smite. Like those octopi were clutch.
Holy shit, yeah. Yeah, Alina was getting fucked up.
Ironically, if octopi hadn't happened and I got in base with it, it's one category larger than me. I could have
Oh, no.
smacked it around.
Oh no.
I was debating having it like drag it into the water and drown it.
It's a possibility.
Drown it in
It's a
shit
possible
water.
thing. Drown it in its own fetid shit water. Right, so I need to take a list of whoever took damage during this encounter.
Boy.
Not me.
That's for a different day.
Alright, well,
You guys have bodies to loot and kids to save, so we will come back to that next time.
And girlfriends
Sounds
to get
good.
yelled at by.
Girlfriends to get yelled at by. Hell yes.